Today's video is sponsored by Cricut.
OMG, it's here. Today is the last Konmari Method declutter of a space that I have never touched before. We are going to be decluttering this mess, hoarder's paradise of an attic. Over the last year, I have decluttered so much. Seriously, a lot. It's been a long road, but overall, I am so happy with the progress I've made throughout this last year decluttering my house. It looks much cleaner, it's easier to maintain, and my mind just feels more at ease knowing what I actually own in my home. But here we are today. I have been putting this off because the attic is a bear. It is chock full of items we've stored over many moons. I don't even really know what's in here, so this is somewhat of a treasure hunt or dumpster dive. I don't know. There are no real walking paths to get to everything, so a lot has to go, and once it's been decluttered, I'm going to start organizing this space better so it is very clear what we have in here moving forward. This is going to be a Konmari Method style declutter video as much as it reasonably can be. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to pull everything in this attic out and put it into one giant pile. It would probably be a safety hazard. So I'm just going to pull out as much as I reasonably can at one time and declutter from there and then organize as I go. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Mai, and the Konmari Method is my decluttering process that is inspired by Marie Kondo's Konmari Method. It is just for my less patient, less zen self. The first step of this method is the same as the Konmari Method, and that is pulling everything out and putting it into one giant pile in one place. Again, going to work in sections for this one so that I don't hurt myself. So let's start moving stuff out. As we do that, I'm going to shamelessly plug my channel and other socials. Subscribe for more motherhood, cleaning, decluttering, shopping, and whatever I'm doing in my life content. And go follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, just at Mai Zimmy. This is the first pile of crap out of the attic that I have piled up to sort through. And this looks like a lot, right? Look at how much we still have in this attic. This basically just cleared out a walking path on the floor. I mean, there's still a crap ton on the floor. It's just, I can at least walk right here, right? Otherwise, there's still so much to be sorted through in here after we address this massive pile right here. You know, to accomplish any large task, at some point you had to start, and this is just the beginning. This is the part of the Konmari Method where you are supposed to pick up items one at a time, ponder if it sparks joy, and if it does, you keep it. If not, you donate, trash, discard, whatever you deem appropriate for that item. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know the drill. Sparks joy does not work for me. I mean, really, like, all these items have been sitting in my attic for I don't even know how long, so really, how much joy could they really spark in me? Obviously not that much, otherwise they would be a daily occurrence in my life. So what I am going to do, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? Let me think. You know, I usually have pretty strict parameters of whether I decide to keep something or not. But for this, I feel like I've done enough of these declutters that I trust myself to make correct decisions. So I'm really gonna trust myself with each item on whether or not I deem it a keep or a donate slash sell slash trash slash it just needs to get the out of my house. The attic is a different beast when it comes to what stays and what goes, because one of the reasons an item is even in the attic is because you really don't use it that often. But there are items that are quite expensive that maybe get used every few years. I'm thinking like my ski gear and ski equipment that I'm not going to declutter because I'm hoping we go on a ski trip in the next few years. Have we gone on a ski trip in the last few years? No. My kids are really little, They're only just old enough to qualify for ski school this winter. Do we have plans to go on a ski trip in the foreseeable future? No, but my husband and I like to ski. That's actually how we met. We were both ski instructors once upon a time in our youth, so we really hope to ski again. And I'm not going to declutter all of our ski gear, even though it has not been used in a long time, and I don't have plans to use it in the foreseeable future, which all of that sounds really sad, but I'm holding on to it because it's expensive and I know someday I'm gonna use it. Overall, I feel like it's just a completely different beast. I don't even know 90% of the items that are stored in my attic, and I have done enough of these declutters that I am just going to trust myself and the inner wisdom I have accrued over the last year. So yeah, I usually have pretty strict parameters, but maybe this is the first ever Konmari Method where it really is about sparks joy. Is that crazy? So, all right, Marie, all right, let's start going. Number one item right here is this Nerf gun. Sparks no joy in my home. Only sparks violence, fighting, and rage. So this is going to go donate. A lot of these items are quite large, so I don't have bins for this. It's just going to be donate pile over here, keep pile over there, and then whenever I get to the trash, I'm gonna get a trash bag. Next, we have spring decor in here. All right, I know that I am going to keep this spring decor. What I ultimately need to do is I am going to properly label bins that I am keeping so that I know what's in there, and when I want to pull it out to use it, like spring decor, Christmas decor, whatever decor for whatever season it is, I'm going to have everything explicitly and largely labeled on here so I know where it is, where to find it, make my life easier. Look at this. These are natural Roman shades. I definitely don't need these though, because every window on my house has some sort of blinder shade on it. So these three here that have just been sitting in the attic for years and years and years, I don't know if these came with the house or what, they're going to go to Goodwill. They can find a new home. This item right here is going to go sell. If you are a twin mom or a mom with 2 under 2, anything like that, I highly recommend. But if you're not familiar with what this is, it is essentially just a much larger pack and play. Sometimes this is large enough, I would put the bouncer in so my youngest could be in his bouncer and not have to worry about his 2 twin brothers like shaking the bouncer and harassing him. Just overall, if you have a similar situation to me where you have 3 kids under 2, the Juvie Twin Roo is useful in helping the younger one not get hurt. I'm gonna have so much to sell. I'm not even taking the time to take super nice photos like I normally would because I just need to get it listed and out the door. Next, we have Christmas stuff. I'm definitely keeping tons of this. This needs to go in the area where I'm hiding all my kids' gifts. Oh, more stuff to donate. We have so many fake weapons all over our house. Like, no shade to my friends and family because I'm sure I did the exact same thing before I became a boy mom, but everyone, whenever it's a birthday or a holiday, my boys are always gifted play weapons and they just turn into real weapons. So I end up just taking them all away and confiscating them and ultimately donating them, which is what I'm doing with these. All right, so I'm keeping all the wrapping paper and stuff in here. All right, so keep over there. This is all keep. This is one of my favorite pictures ever, so I'm keeping this. All right, I'm getting baby fever. Keeping this, I just need to find a place to put it. I'm leaving all the Christmas stuff out, and essentially after I put everything away, I'm just gonna start setting up some Christmas decor. As I'm filming this, it is just before Thanksgiving. By the time I post this though, it's probably gonna be December. Oh, we have some adorable little Halloween costumes that are way too small for my kids now. They can't even play dress up in them, so these are going donate. Making progress, all right. Oh, I know this is a keep, I just have to label it. Another keep memorabilia that I have to label. One thing I am following from Marie Kondo's Konmari Method is the last thing you're supposed to declutter is memorabilia and sentimental items, and I am going to stick to that. So sometime in the future, I'm going to be, I don't even really want to say decluttering sentimental items because I don't feel like I have that much and I want to keep all of it. It's more so going to be really properly organizing it. Yeah, just organizing it, because right now, this is a bucket of memorabilia that I'm keeping. No organization. None at all. It's just shoved in a box. All of this here are my kids' small piece toys that we've had issues in our family of keeping our toy area clean. And a big problem area for us for a long time were these small piece toys. So what did I do? I took them all away and I put them in the attic, and if my boys wanted to play with any of their specific small piece toys, they basically had to check them out or rent them out. And you know what? That process has been working really well for us so far. But they are a little bit older, they are a little bit wiser, they have been doing much better at keeping things clean. They're definitely not perfect, but they're doing much better. So I am taking the risk, and I'm actually going to reintroduce having these in our toy area and telling my boys they need to be responsible and not make an absolute mess. Otherwise, it's going back to the checkout system.
I sorted through the last of the items from the first pile, and now I am pulling out the second round of items out of the attic to sort through.
Here we are with pile number 2. The first thing I noticed when I pulled it out of the attic, and it's another reason why I'm doing this whole decluttering process in the first place, is I have a Hoover wet vac. And you know what I just bought a few months ago with my hard-earned cash? A Hoover wet vac. But yeah, now I have 2, I guess. I'll give this one to a friend or family member or donate, because I definitely don't need 2. But if you have been trying to muster up the motivation to declutter your home, use this as an example as to why you should declutter your home. Because I had a perfectly good wet vac sitting in my house. I was unaware of where it was. I assumed that it broke or we got rid of it or something. Nope, it was just sitting in our attic, and I wasted $100 of my hard-earned cash on another one not too long ago. That $100 could have gone towards anything. A spa treatment for me to relax a little bit, because I'm getting stressed out by this process right now. I'm not really stressed. I'm really glad that I'm getting this done, but I'm just annoyed at myself that I had a perfectly good item sitting in my house and I wasted money on buying a double just because I was so cluttered that I didn't even know what I owned. No idea what is in this, but my name is written on here in what looks like my mom's handwriting. These are a bunch of random old childhood books. I mean, real old, from 30-ish years ago when I was a little kid. Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, I remember this book. I used to be obsessed with crystals and gems and different stones, and I remember sitting in my room probably when I was 7 or 8 years old and just looking through this book and learning about all the different crystals and rocks and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna give this to my boys. These are all solid books that I'll add to my kids' book collection. Another huge box. I could barely even get this out here with my name on it in my mom's handwriting. Oh my gosh. My high school diploma. Little high school awards and trophies in here. Do I save these? Do I post these somewhere? My teeth. My mother has my teeth in this envelope right here. Oh, the inside of my agenda has a heart around Seth Cohen. Oh, and then Matthew Lawrence as well. For some reason, I had a picture of Brad and Angelina hanging out together. What is this? Oh my gosh, I made so many of these. And my mom saved it all for me. Jesse Metcalf, right up there in the corner. Oh, I was obsessed. I mean, who wasn't obsessed with Harry Potter if you're a millennial? But this is my Harry Potter fan page.
specifically loved little Draco Malfoy. Don't ask me why I liked the evil kid. I just, you know what? He was cute. You know, I wrote it right here. What a cutie. All right, I need to get back on track. I'm looking through some of these albums. There's horrifying pictures on here. Like just such embarrassing, mortifying pictures on here. And I've just been taking pictures of the embarrassing pictures and texting them to random friends and family that it is applicable to. And I need to get back to this. So I'm just sending them the random embarrassing pictures, and if they text me back, they're just not going to hear back from me until I'm done working through today, because I need to get back to working. There was about an hour delay that you just missed out on, where I was just going through all this memorabilia. I didn't even get through all of it, so I'm being good and I'm getting back on track. I'm keeping a lot of it, but I am decluttering some of it that just is super random, like pictures that came out blurry, don't make any sense. I guess I'll keep my diplomas in this box here for now. And then I had all 7 Harry Potter books in here as well. And I took those out and I threw them in the keep pile over there, but I'm gonna put them in my boys' room. Actually, you know what? I think we have Harry Potter picture books. Yeah, I do have Harry Potter picture books in their room, but I'm keeping all this memorabilia here and then moving all this to donate, because I have the Harry Potter like full chapter books with pictures that I'm gonna read to my kids. I'm actually gonna link that in the description below, because I think that's an amazing Christmas gift to anyone who wants to start reading Harry Potter to their kids but needs some pictures sprinkled in there as well. So many random toys here that I feel like are too young for my boys now. They must have been toys that we got for previous holidays or birthdays, and then we just forgot about them. So any of the non-age appropriate toys, like it's for littler kids, I'm just going to put in a toy donation drive, because there's tons all over right now with it being almost Christmas. Once upon a time, someone bought these cleaning tools for my toddlers, and you know what? It's a great idea to get cleaning things for toddlers. But when you have multiple young children, and in my case, all boys, these just become weapons. So it doesn't work out the way you think it does. I'm gonna donate these. Donate to a family who has one nice, calm child. Keeping everything back there. This, oh my gosh, I don't even know what some of this is. Gun things for video games? Oh, is this like an Oculus or something? It looks like one of those virtual reality things. My first grade yearbook. There I am.
Current status. This is all donate or give to someone else. There's some trash interspersed in here that I need to address, but I'm going to put as much as I can in my trunk right now, take it to the Goodwill, and then this is all keep. A lot of it is Christmas stuff, so I need to bring it out for the holidays. I need to label them, get them more organized, but first things first, I need to load up my trunk with stuff to go to the Goodwill, because this is a lot. First round for Goodwill loaded up in the trunk of my car. I'm so sweaty from loading up my car with so much stuff. My attic is obviously upstairs, so everything that I had to donate, I had to bring down and then go back up and bring down until I filled my car to the brim. I have the third row completely down. It is packed back there. I mean, you can see it over the tops of the car seats. I don't know what it is. I generally eat pretty healthy in my life, but when I'm being really productive and getting a lot of stuff done or decluttering, I spoil myself. I went to Crumble Cookies. This is what I'm eating before I eat my lunch. I gotta eat trash when I'm doing a lot of other stuff good in my life. So I'm eating this, then going to Goodwill, and then, I don't know, getting lunch somewhere. Ate my lunch back at home, and now I am pulling out the third round of attic clutter to go through. Here is my third pile to sort through right now. I eventually have to put all of this back in so that we can use this room.
All right, I gotta start hustling because it's getting to the point where I'm gonna have to get my kids eventually. So let's see, what is even in this bin? I don't even know. Well, this is cool, I'll keep this. This is all donate. I'll donate random toys. When I did my kitchen declutter long ago, maybe 6 or 8 months ago now, I had a whole bunch of china that I had inherited, and I ended up packing it up and storing it in the attic. And what has happened since then with it? Nothing. And the holidays are coming up, and I'll be honest, I'm not planning on pulling this out for the special occasion of the holidays. It's just gonna be my husband, my kids and I, and my mom. So I don't know. I struggle to make this decision, but I really do think it's time that I donate this, because otherwise it's just gonna be sitting up in our attic for years, only for my kids to inherit it. And I'm 1000% sure my 3 boys are not going to want this fine china. So I'm donating this. Then we have this bin here. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, Christmas stuff. Ornaments. More Christmas decor. So we're keeping this. I don't know what this is. I'm afraid to get rid of it though, because maybe it's really important. Like an important flux capacitor type thing that would go on a spaceship from the future. So I'm gonna leave it here. This is all either trash or donate over here. This is all the keep items I need to organize back in the attic. So let me do those 2 tasks that are still large tasks, because there is a lot of stuff here on the floor. This is primarily the donate pile with some trash and recycle items thrown in there. So I'm bringing them all downstairs and putting them where they belong. And then I'm gonna have to do another run to Goodwill because there is a lot of donate here. Next, I am vacuuming the floor of my attic before I start putting stuff back in here. I don't think I have ever vacuumed the floor of my attic before, and it certainly shows. There is, I don't know, like the roofing crystals, the little tiny rocks from your roof shingles all over the floor here. So I'm getting that sucked up. There's some nails on the floor too that I need to pick up. And once the floor is clean, I'm going to bring the items that need to be organized in here back in. Just that vacuum has it looking so much cleaner. We have a little storage space there. We have a lot of storage space right here, and a queen size bed that is in storage. And then we have some boxes that are going to stay here in storage, but these lower shelves are available. Wow, because I'm leaving Christmas stuff out and the toys for Christmas, this is all we have to put back in here. I'm gonna put all this stuff in these 2 huge boxes into bins that match this, label them, and it is going to look so good. This bin right here is holding all my empty packaging for more expensive tech items. I like to save my expensive item packaging so when I eventually someday sell items, I can sell with the packaging and get a higher price because of it. Next, I am adjusting the shelving down a peg lower so there's less unused empty space above the hefty bins. Then the bins I put on the top shelf will be then easier for me to access because your girl is short. If I can avoid having to use a stool, that's what I'm gonna do. Cricut has graciously sponsored this video, and I'm going to show you how I use my Cricut machine to beautifully label my storage bins here.
Here are the materials we are using today. We have our permanent smart vinyl in the color black. I have my weeding tool, my scraper tool, the transfer tape that will transfer this smart vinyl onto the bins. I have a scissors, and then I also have this slicer tool. And then of course I have my Cricut Maker 3. To create the labels, I am opening up Cricut Design Space and starting a new project. Creating labels like this is super simple in Design Space. Just select text, type out the label, then select the font you want to use. For this, I wanted something bold and easy to read. There are a ton of fonts to choose from, especially if you have Cricut access. The font I ended up going with was Impact. I already measured out the space I want the labels to fill on each storage bin, so now I am adjusting the layout and size so it fits the space I want. Next, I am copy pasting the first label that is already in the font, size, and format that I want, then adjusting the text for the variety of bins that I want to label. Once all the labels are done, click Make It in the upper right corner. We're going to be cutting this on a mat today, and for the material selection, we are using Smart Permanent Vinyl. Next, I am getting the mat ready with the black vinyl on it so I can feed the material into the Cricut machine and get my labels cut. The Cricut machine will do everything from here. Once you feed the vinyl in and press the Go button, it cuts the labels perfectly. I'm using my Cricut Maker 3 because this is a larger project. For smaller projects, I like using my Cricut Joy here. It's so easy. You can use Cricut Joy Smart Materials, so I love that for small, easy, simple projects. But for a large label like what I'm making today, this Cricut Maker 3 or the Cricut Air or one of the larger Cricut machines is what you would need. Once all the labels are cut, I am separating them into the individual labels I want on separate bins before I weed out the excess material. Weeding out the excess material is basically just taking away the extras so that we are left with just the label that we want to transfer onto the final product. I find the weeding process to be soothing and calming for me. It's definitely my favorite step of the label creation process when using my Cricut machine. Next, I am pulling out my transfer tape. This is what you use to transfer your label onto the final product. You put the transfer tape over the label, scrape it on with the scraping tool, and then I'm washing off all of the bins first before I transfer the final label. But once your surface is cleaned off, you put the label that's on the transfer tape onto the product or surface, scrape it on, and then you can peel it off and the label sticks. You can reuse that same piece of transfer tape to transfer the other labels until it loses its stickiness. I'm able to usually reuse it 2 to 3 times. And there you have it. All the bins are beautifully labeled. Thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Links to everything I use for this project below. And now through December 31st of this year, use code MAI10 to get 10% off and free shipping on machines at Cricut.com. I lost trust in my kids and decided the checkout system still needed to exist, so it's on the lower shelf there. I have the resale packaging available here. Future Christmas decor is going in there. Current spring decor in there. We have the canvas prints, my memorabilia. We got the bed all stowed away in the corner with the dressers. A couple storage things there that I might use in part 2 of this video. And overall, we have a clear floor because we decluttered so much stuff today. 2 car full loads went to Goodwill. And this is what we will be focusing on in part 2.
I hope this video was motivational for you. Oh, yeah?
Can you go in and go my waiting?
I'll be there in a sec, bub.
Okay.
I just gotta film this outro. I'm so distracted now that my kids are here. This is why I film while they're at preschool. Anyways, we are halfway done with this attic. Part 2 is going to be sometime in the future, hopefully not too far away, but I'm so ecstatic that we can actually walk in this attic. I hope this video was motivational for you. If it was, be sure to check out my whole Konmari Method decluttering playlist that should be floating somewhere over the screen at this point, along with the cleaning playlist. And if you want to keep hanging out, click on one of those playlists, and I will see you in the next video.
Mommy?
Bye. Yeah, buddy?
I love you.
I love you.